What's up, people? It's your boy Evans Ongwae, back again with another video. So I am the Mad Titan. That is how people have framed me to be. That is the nickname they want to give me. But I'm not really interested in nicknames right now. I know that each time I try to talk to you, I end up confusing you more and more into my crazy mind. So today I wanted to talk about the machine economy. So people have been so fixated on AI, about robotics, about people losing jobs, and they are wondering, as an economist, because if we try to look at everything in an economical way, the way that Dalio, if you have read the Economics by Dalio, the way he structured economics, it is going to change. So we are entering a new economic era known as the machine economy. So let me ask you something very simple. What happens when machines stop being tools we use like computers and start becoming economic actors? They are already right now. And if you really understand this, then you understand that we are moving to a new economy. And this is just the beginning. Not just devices that collect data, as Facebook used to collect data for use for advertisement. Not just robots that follow commands, but machines that earn money. Machines that pay other machines. Machines that negotiate contracts, buy services, and ensure themselves, and generate income for their owners. This is what is called machine economy. And today, I want to walk you through in a way that makes sense, and it will make it real for you in order for you to understand that it is already here. And all you have to be is you have to be aware. Subscribe to this channel so that you can learn more on what I'm talking about. Most people will say that this is not really happening. This is so abstract, and it is theoretical. No, let me assure you, Wakenya wenzangu, this is real. Hata kama we are in a third world country, tuko nyuma na tuelewi chenye wale wazungu wanafanya huko mbele. You know, the problem is people wanaingia social media, wanaangalia wazungu, wanachukua social media, wana record videos, wanatengeneza YouTube channel ama YouTube videos like this one. Then mnasemaje, okay, sasa tuko in the same level of intelligence. No, motherfuckers. Hawa ndio wanatengeneza these videos ni wale wase wenye hawawezi catch up na the other guys. So they wanaenda social media kutengeneza videos, and most of you ndio mna consume those videos thinking that these niggas who make videos, they are clever. No, these people are low IQ people. They might be a high IQ, but what they are fixated upon, it is not the contemporary material that is offered. Like sisi tuko mbele sana, okay, wewe kila wakati unasikia AI nyingine imetokea, kitu kingine imetokea, but haukujua ni aje walikuwa wameplan, because this is something which has been planned. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So how can you catch up even though we are in a third world country, and hata watu wengi hawaelewi what is a website, watu wengi hawaelewi what is internet. Like nimekaa nikijaribu ku approach a lot of businesses trying to pitch about websites. Most of them don't really understand. No, the big companies, na watu wenye wako moderate na wenye wako urban kama Nairobi, they do understand what is the internet. But most businesses, small businesses, don't understand what this is. But that is not going to be a problem, because we are moving on with people who are competent in the society that we are in. I'm not suggesting that the people who are already there, the old people, are not competent. They build part of the society, but we feel like we have to evolve. That is why AI is much more intelligent than us, and we know that, and we are going to make it, because we have to evolve. And today, I want to talk about this thing in a contemporary way, in a way that everyone is going to understand it and deep it, and understand that even though we are in a third world country, we have to think like the elites. We have to think like the people who are in a first world country, the first tier countries, because this shift is much bigger than mobile, bigger than social media, and it is bigger than not even the internet. So what is the machine economy? The machine economy is just an emerging ecosystem where intelligent agents, from our smartwatches to industrial robots, are autonomous data and data. What do I mean when I say more? When I say more, they are contributing into the economy by transacting money, offering something about. And if you understand these things, it has been here for the past 30 years. But it has started emerging around 10 years ago. So Web3 technologies has been there, especially it is more developed in the dark web. Kama utaelewa dark web ni nini, kama wewe ni ule mse wa Google surface web, maybe unaelewa kidogo, but kama unaelewa dark web, then you are getting una catch up, but usikae slow sana. So traditionally we talked about the Internet of Things, IoT. So we meant connecting devices together, sensors, smart meters, smart fridges, and drones and cars. Okay, they collect data and send it to a centralized platform like Amazon, Google, a corporate server. Like let's say we have a watch, a smartwatch, Safaricom. It is going to send that data to Safaricom. You see, that they have data centers which are centralized. So what is the difference? I know they collect data and send it to a centralized platform. Yeah, but what is the difference between the centralized and the decentralized data centers? You see, before we got there, I want you to understand this. But in a machine economy, the devices are no longer passive. They are no longer passive. Why? Because they are participating in the economy. They become participants in the economy. And this is the big deal. This is the economy, the machine economy. They can own digital identities and assets. They hold crypto wallets, execute smart contracts, send and receive payments, and share revenue. This is a machine-to-machine commerce. It is known as the M to M. This is the new term that has emerged. And you have to understand this in order to keep up with the technology with the technology and the world, how it is evolving. So, and it can also be a machine to a person commerce, M to B, so M to P. So this is an economy where the machines are no longer just infrastructure; they are actors in the economic system. There are three pillars holding this up: the machine economy. The machine economy stands on three main pillars. Let's break them down clearly so that Mkenya wa kawaida anaelewa. The pillar one, because we have three pillars, I'm going to talk about three pillars in a very simple manner that you are going to understand. Pillar one, we have IoT, the Internet of Things, the data layer. Internet of Things, the IoT stands for Internet of Things. Internet of Things. Internet of Things ni kama smartwatch, fridge, gari yako, ziko na that like internet unaweza connect BT, like just a network of things, but ni venye aziko so dependent azike kama simu. Though a phone is also something, it is Internet of Things, it is part of it, but we like to take it as it is a tool, it is a different thing. But when you come to think about it, it doesn't really matter how you classify them. What you have to understand what it entails. So when I say the Internet of Things or the Internet of Things, this is the physical layer, the world of the real world of devices. Let's talk about the smart meters, drones, EV chargers. EV chargers, these are the chargers which charge electronic vehicles. So cameras, robot sensors, and robots and robot sensors. I don't know if you are getting that. So they collect data, they collect the data, they take action, and then they enforce the logic in the physical world. Without IoT, there is no machine network, because machines need to exist physically. They are eyes, ears, and hands in this system. Because in the near future, maybe let's say 30 to 50 years from now, the robots will be operating everywhere. You will be seeing robots in Kenya, everywhere in the world, and they will be operating the same way. But for now, we are going to use this Internet of Things because we don't have the robots to be operating in the physical realm. So, in the physical world. Pillar number two that supports the machine economy is the blockchain and distributed ledger technology. What is a distributed ledger technology? Now, here is where it becomes very powerful, and you have to understand this as a Kenyan. If you are a Kenyan, you are trying to pitch yourself into technology right now, you have to understand this. Blockchain or distributed ledger technology, often abbreviated as DLT, is what gives the machine trust. A distributed ledger is a shared database that no single entity controls. It records transactions and transparently, so that we can build trust and credibility into this system, because humans are so complicated, but machines are not complicated. So machines are much easier if we use this blockchain technology and distributed ledger. A ledger is something where you record down data, especially numbers. If you talk about machines, then we're talking about numbers. You have to be good with numbers, actually. So if a drone provides delivery services, that transaction can be logged on chain, where the blockchain. If a charging station sells electricity to a vehicle, the payment can be settled automatically on the chain. Blockchain provides three things: trustless transactions, meaning you don't need a middleman. Why? Because it's just peer to peer. This is how crypto works. This is how Bitcoin works. This is how Ethereum works. So, transparent history. Every transaction is recorded in the ledger. So, and this ledger, it is distributed, so you cannot change anything. So, and then the last thing is digital identity. Machines can have verifiable identities. So you can be able to identify a machine from another machine. Like, we are heading to these electric vehicles. We need these EV chargers to be charging. So these chargers can be able to operate independently and like their own entities, and connecting to the chain, the blockchain itself. So they will be able to transact and operate as an actor in the economy. This is what is called machine economy. I hope you are catching up. So this prevents fraud, and I think it is a good thing, and I feel like I'm excited about the technology. People are so skeptical. We are going to lose jobs. We are going to do this, and this is going to happen. We don't really care. We are technocrats. So it reduces dependency on the centralized corporations. It allows machines to operate autonomously. So pillar number 3, which is the last one, but it is very important. What do you understand with the word a token? What is a token? Ukiekanga token kwa Stima, unaweka nini? You pay tokens. Like tokens, like it's something that you have to understand what is a token before to engage in this. Go to comment down below if you don't understand what a token is, or if you do understand what a token is, comment down below your personal understanding of the understanding definition or the context definition of the word token. So what is the tokenomics? Tokenomics, it is the third pillar, which is very useful when we are talking about this machine economy. This is the economy designed by tokens. What is a token? Go and research that for yourself. I can't be telling you everything. So it defines how incentive work. Like, what makes a businessman go to business every day? What makes a person go to a job every day, a 9-to-5 job? Incentive, the money, survival, happiness. I don't really give a shit what incentivizes you to do the thing. So, but when we are talking about machine economy, we are going to incentivize this with the tokens. Who earns, who pays, who governs. In the machine economy, tokens can reward. Tokens can reward, and that is what we are talking about. They can reward the device owner. That is why we are going to talk about. I made a company about this thing, but I'm going to talk about. I don't wanna mention it right now because it will get off topic. So in the machine economy, tokens can reward device owners, users, network operators, developers. Look, you have to understand this. Instead of a centralized company capturing all the value, token models can distribute value across participations. This is how the machine network becomes self-sustaining, and this is where power shifts. So, before we continue on, you have to understand the core concept you need to understand in order to get a clear understanding of what is an machine economy. Now let's go deeper. I hope that you have a cup of water, sit tight, and have a pen in your hand, because this thing, feel free, if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video and try, rewind it and try to understand, try to catch up. There are some key ideas inside this world of machine economy. What is machine fee? What is machine fee? This is a term that blends with the machines with the decentralized finance. DeFi. I hope you are going to understand this later on, but let me write it down for you in order for you to understand. So, what I'm talking about is machine fee. You know, the funny thing is, today it's Valentine's Day. Everyone is having fun out there, and I'm seated here in my room trying to talk about machine economy. Literally, look, this is what I'm talking about. The machine finance. So, what I mean is that today it is on the 14th February, and people are going to Valentine's, people are gifting each other everything, and here and there, love. I'm seated here trying to learn about machine economy. I'm hoping that this will pay up in the future. I don't really know. So, when you talk about DeFi, this DeFi means decentralized finance. It focuses on how machines can generate income. For example, if you can own a smart camera connected to a blockchain network, you can choose to sell anonymized data. You could earn tokens for contributing to this network. So instead of your data being harvested by big tech companies, you can earn from it. Like the way Facebook collects your data, the way ChatGPT collects your data, and so when this economy is implemented, the machine economy, you will be able to earn from what you contribute into the economy, and this is what is going to set a big change. I'm hoping that this is going to work, but I feel like this is going to contradict and be against the big tech companies, because the big tech companies, they operate through advertisement companies, so this is a way to cut off their revenue. I think they are going to find a way in order to incorporate themselves and iterate with the machine economy. So, you can earn tokens from contributing to the network. Instead of your data being harvested by big tech companies, you can earn from it. So, machine finance is about data ownership, revenue sharing, earning models tied to the devices. So, it turns machines into financial assets, and this is a very good thing when it comes to wanataka watengeneze this one big economy, because if you try to look at the new world order, kama China itaenda kutangulia juu, and sahi unajua kama inatangulia in technology, especially sahi the competition yenye inafanyika sahi ni about AI. So the state yenye itaka a superpower, tuseme kama let's say from 2028 to 2034, the state yenye itakaa in a superpower, it is a state which imeleta the technocrats are ruling the world. So like imeka fascism, kama unaelewa what is fascism. So that's why I'm telling you that owning these things, owning these financial assets, it is one of the biggest things and one of the useful things you can learn in your early 20s before your time is reached. Achana kwenda sherehe, wacha watu wapige wacha and Valentine's, but you have to learn this as soon as possible, because if you are going to become a tech tycoon and a business tycoon, you have to structure yourself in order to be in the flow of money. So, machine DAOs. DAOs stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. DAO. Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Now imagine a decentralized autonomous organization composed of not people but machines. A fleet of drones that provide delivery services. Like drones can provide delivery services on their own, and I think this is going to be possible if we are going to get our hands on AGI as soon as possible. I think the AGI can think for itself so it can make decisions. And if we can incorporate that with the humans, and it is going to be very useful and efficient in our society. So what we have to concentrate on is energy. We have to look at how we are going to get energy, clean energy to power these devices. Okay, a network of electronic vehicle chargers providing power, a group of agricultural offering automated farming systems. These machines could operate under smart contracts. You know what is a smart contract? I shouldn't be telling you everything. Just go and search, you can Google that. They could generate recurring income, and the owners of these machines share the profits. This is called the machine as a service, and it is already implemented in our society. Some people have adopted it, some people have not. Some people don't even understand what a machine is. Machines forming economic collectives. Wacha kujifanya wewe ni fala msee bana. Tuenda ukaa fala. This is not even science fiction anymore. This is a reality. This architecture is being built right now, and I think it's in some places it is being implemented already. So you have to be alert with that. So machine decentralized finance, machine DeFi. What I talked about, this DeFi. Now imagine applying that to machines. A robot could use itself as collateral. An electronic vehicle charging network could borrow capital based on projected usage of data. A drone fleet could buy on-chain insurance. Machines becoming financial entities. This creates a new class of financial instruments tied to the real-world devices. And this is going to be very, very useful. You might be asking me, okay, Evans, you're talking about these things, but why blockchain and Web3? Why does blockchain and Web3 matter? Web3 matter. You might ask me that question. Why do we even need a blockchain? Why don't we remain with the internet that we have? That is the most stupid question that people ask. Like, mbona ukubaki uendelee kutumia moto? Mbona ukubakia past terrorist? Mbona ukuacha profile picture yako ajana ukachange profile picture nyingine? We have to evolve as human beings. That is what we do. That is what it is. That is what is life. Why not just let companies manage it? Here is why. You see, decentralization, it's something which you have to understand deeply, and it has a deeper meaning, either philosophically or psychologically. Either way, like from the frame and the outlook you have on life. So currently, platforms extract most value. If you drive a centralized app, if you can drive a centralized app, you take the cut. If your data if your data is collected, corporations monetize it, like Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. They monetize your data. So in a machine economy built on Web3, the value shifts. The device owners capture the value because they have the infrastructure you are using their devices, and people can earn money. It is going to equate the system. This is now capitalism on steroids, where people who provide value to the real world get to earn. So users can share governance, and power becomes more distributed. And I feel like even though power is going to become distributed, that is very debatable. So transparency and trust. And because these transactions are recorded on the ledgers that we talked about, the decentralized ledgers, it is going to be harder to fraud someone. Fraud is going to become harder, and that is what we want. We want a transparent system. You can verify devices activity, you can audit usage, you can confirm payments, and trust becomes algorithmic. And that is what basically we want. Kila mtu hakuna mtu anataka kuskamiwa. Kila mtu anataka kutengeneza pesa vizuri. Hakuna mtu anataka kunyang'anywa kutoka kwa pesa zake. I think pia elections zitakaa zinahandliwa this way. And I'm one of those people who are supporting this. If you're watching this video, please share. This is very useful, important, and useful and important information. Not most people are going to find it. This information you're not even going to find it on your university. I'm telling you. Composability. What is composability? This is a very important word that most people won't even understand. But since you're watching this video, you are going to understand this. It means composability it basically means it can easily be plugged into each other. Like let's say this tape can be easily be plugged into my hand. Then I can make a fist, and it is going to be very difficult for you to get it out. And I can let go, and it's going to be easy. Now that is the context of the word composability. It's something which it can be easily plugged into each other. So how is this helpful into this machine economy? Open protocols allow rapid innovation. If something can be compatible with one another, then we are going to move on as fast as possible. That is why APIs, in the age of Web 2, APIs have been very important in connecting people and improving our technology. So, a machine identity protocol can integrate with an insurance protocol, which can integrate together with a learning protocol, which can integrate with a marketplace, like Lego blocks of infrastructure. And this is going to be very useful when we are going to talk about decentralized infrastructure and services. If this robot is walking on the road, it doesn't need to identify it is a human being or it is something which has value. So how is it going to transact with another thing, with another robot, if it doesn't have let's say if the data it owns the data? So there's no centralized let's say like Facebook or maybe M-Pesa where they can transact with each other. So what they really need is that because we need composability, how the things can fit in together. So we are going to incorporate a marketplace and everything into this network. So they can be able to these two machines can be able to transact between each other without them needing a third party. Like right now, I cannot send you money without involving Safaricom. Like I cannot send someone money to America without involving PayPal or maybe Stripe or maybe other banks. So I know that this big institution, we are going to strip off their power, but I think we have to change the way that we operated. And I feel like if you really understand what I'm trying to tell you, this is very useful to your. This is going to give you an advantage point. So this will speed up innovation dramatically, I'm telling you. And most people watu watapigwa na radi. Watataka kwani hizi vitu zilifanyika lini? Zinaanza kufanyika sahihi, and most people don't even understand them. Because why? They have small minds. Lakini mbona naweza wadharau? Tuliletewa education hapa. Tulipata independence 1963. Yeah? Watu hata hawajafunguka akili. Tukaingia in the black tax. Tukaingia in the system, the matrix system. Alafu kuna news hapa zinakublind. Watu wanaamini citizen TV citizen. Wewe mafi, huyu ni msametengeneza do na anataka akule kutoka hapo. So lazima atakupatia information za ujinga. Ndio ukuje hapo kila siku watch. But atakupatia information za maana. Schools zimejaza ujinga huko. Unasoma English aid kutoka form 1 to form 4. Alafu unatoka unaingia campus ufanye kazi nje ndani ya system. What the fuck? Bwana fungua akili. Learn what is happening in the world. Catch up with the first world countries, the first year. So, real world examples of this. This is not just a theory that unasema ati Evans Ongwae come up na theory. I'm Evans Ongwae, I'm not coming up with theories, even though I'm a discoverer. Look, chill. There are real projects being built right now using this. Blockchain cameras like those built by IoTex gives users direct control over the video data. Connectivity networks like Helium allow people to deploy hotspot and tokens. And decentralized and physical infrastructure networks or DEPINs. I told you about I built another company, but I'm going to incorporate that company into Google Maps in order for you to find it. But if you're interested in that company and you want to invest in it, please comment down below. So we are creating on-chain networks for EV charging, agriculture, and energy grids. Platforms like Peak are building infrastructure for machines to have identities and transact on-chain. These are already here, but they are very operational, and most people don't understand this. What are the benefits? Let's talk about what wanasema aje. Okay, watu wana train AI wanalipwa, watu wana train AI wanalipwa, watu wana train AI wanalipwa. Niaje wewe uko hapo ndani? Ama kazi yako ni kutrain? una train hiyo AI ndio kuja kukureplace, sawa. Sasa hiyo umebenefit hiyo kazi kidogo umepatiwa, but kwenda mbele umefikiriaje? Si kitu mbaya. Train that AI, use that money you get to build your own infrastructure. Think about that. So let's talk about the impact. By the way, kama unataka accounts za handshake, outlier ama remote task, contact me down below. So let's talk about the impact. What are the benefits? The machine economy democratizes what is democracy? Democratizes this ownership. Instead of corporations owning massive infrastructure, individuals can deploy devices and earn. So democracy is giving people that opportunity to choose what they really want. But I think it is very unfair because the majority get to win. But in the machine economy, if we can democratize this ownership so that people can own their data, it is going to be profitable to those individuals. And I feel like if it is something which is going to be implemented in our society, it is going to work. Why not? Instead of big corporations like Facebook, I really hate this big corporation. Don't worry why I'm mentioning them so much on TikTok. Yeah, I'm mad. Niko basically nimejam. I thought I was the one who was going to build this platforms. So individuals can deploy devices and earn. It enables new models like X and earn, drive and earn, charge and earn, decentralized data pools, autonomous marketplaces. It could reshape transportation, logistics, smart cities and energy. Mkisema ati mnataka kufanana na Singapore, smart city. Think again. Nilisikia hata hii iko off topic but let me mention it. Nilisikia madhe fulani hapo akisema ati sijui eti Ruto alisema Nakuru itakaa smart city. Do you really understand what is a smart city? Ama like mnaambiwa smart city, smart city. Wacha ufala. Nakula mafi. That is how these people lie to our mothers and they get away with it. Na sisi tusipojifungua macho tufuate kufuata ujinga, tutaingia kwa hizo shimo wanatunyisha. What smart city gani wanatengeneza hapa Kenya? Kama sisi wenyewe tutajichanua tutengeneze that smart city. Tutatengeneza smart city hao ndio wajui kusoma. Imagine autonomous vehicles sawa. Okay, si kitu mbaya. Mtatengeneza those smart cities na nyinyi mtaishi hapo. Nyinyi mtaka depopulated kama ants. You are the carbon which is going to be reduced. And if you don't understand this, ask why African, especially in Kenya, it is the deploying ground, the testing ground of these vaccines, za kutonini, za kuto reproduction. And I don't want to mention each channel inaweza fungwa. So, imagine a traffic light negotiating energy pricing in real time. Imagine autonomous vehicles paying tolls automatically. Now this is going to be a very smart city and I want to be part of it. Imagine agricultural machines sharing yield data and earning from it. The economy becomes programmable. Now, okay, the challenge. Okay, now we might be saying, what are the challenges we are going to face as we move towards this machine economy? The challenges are, now let's be realistic because we don't want to lose anyone here. There are real obstacles. Yeah, true. I can't deny that. The device identity is critical. Only legitimate machines must participate. Off-chain data, meaning data generated in the physical world, must be securely linked on the chain proofs. Standards must be interpreted across these industries. Tokenomics must be sustained and incentives collapse. Networks will collapse. Still, we are still in the early stage of this infrastructure, so don't worry so much. Maybe our generation is going to be a pinch onto this economy, but don't worry, it's not going to affect you that much. But trust me, maskini watazidi kuwa maskini, matajiri watajiri kasaidi. Hiyo ndio kitu wafaa uelewe. But so was in the internet in 1995. Ikatengeneza watu sasa ni mabillionaire. So what is the bigger picture? You might be asking, okay, Evans Ongwae, tell me, what is the bigger picture? Umeiona aje? Look, the machine economy is not just about technology alone. It is about redefining economy agency, the economic agency as we know it. The agency means the ability to act independently. For centuries, only humans, sisi peke yetu and big corporations that have taken power away from us, ndio zimekuwa acting on this economic agency. Now machines are gaining at it. Now we want to build these intelligent machines so that they can also participate, and we can free our minds in order to dwell on other things, or maybe relax, maybe go extinct. We need to do something. Like dunia na bo. Hatuna superheroes, hatuna anything, hatuna powers, hakuna aliens, hakuna ate kwa kazi fanyiki Kenya. Okay, so watu kutiki kitu mbaya lakini hazifanyiki Kenya. Najua sometimes Kenya afanyika na kuchukua kidogo. No. So the dunia imetulia sana, and dunia it is so simple. We want to be chaotic. Let's build these machines. Some call it the algorithmic capitalism, but I told you hii ni kama capitalism on steroids. It is going to be algorithmic capitalism. Because if everyone owns their own things and the machine owns some things, machines are much more smarter than us. So they have some added advantage to them. Maybe they are going to keep up the machines on performing some certain functions or gaining access to some certain tokens. So some might call it the autonomous structure, but whatever we call it, one thing is clear, and I'm telling you Kenyans, if you're watching this video, this is a stream I made today. 8,050 days. Today I'm 8,050 days. But I want to make it clear for you. Machines are moving from tools. They are becoming participants in our economy. So they are moving from passive objects that we used to see as tools. Some of it was important. They are becoming economic nodes. And when that happens, the structure of value creation changes. The value creation is going to change. Now intellectualism is not going to pay you. I'm telling you. Intellectualism is not going to pay you. I think that is the reason why people are mezuba sana. Because I don't think hata kama nitaka smart ads, maybe I will be able to build on these technologies. But I feel like but kama these technologies zitakuwa, najua what the big corporations big corporations zinaenda kutoka kwa nguvu juu kama kila msee atapata token zake, itakaa kama capitalism sasa ukiwa on steroids. That means that these big corporations kuna venye wanataka wa level the playground. So what I make these tools and this information easy for people to access. That is why wanapatiana these things free of charge in order to level up the playground. But I think kwa mbele watapatiana zikange free ndio wa level playground. So watu watakama matajiri wataendelea kama matajiri sana na wataitoka huko juu. Na watu maskini watabakia kwa maskini. Na hii middle class inatolewa. Hakuna middle class. Ni either you are a slave or you are an elite. So the question is not whether this will happen. The question is that you should be asking me and you should be asking me and asking yourself, who will design it? Who will own the infrastructure? Who will define the incentives? Because this machine economy is not just about machines making money. It is about who captures the future of machine generated value. And that future is being decoded right now. And if you understand this early, you do not just use the system. You are going to build it. You are going to be one of the people who build it. And when machines become the economic actors, the entire game changes. I'm telling you. So, you might be asking me, okay, Evans, so how can I position myself? Look, wacha nikwambie kitu by the way. Angalia. Unaona pale niko campus by the way. Niko campus. Oh, that is my company. That is the wall post of my company I made certain months ago. So, ukiangalia kwa nyumba yangu sina literally anything. Mimi mwenyewe hata sina chakula ya kukula. Unaona? Juu hakuna sina do. Unaona? The reason najua hizi vitu ama naelewa hizi vitu ni because nimejinyima, kuna vitu nimejinyima. Nimejinyima sherehe, nimejinyima wasichana, nimejinyima vitu mingi sana ndio niweze kujua vitu najua sahihi. Unaona? Na I was hoping that nitapata an edge to the future, like niweze kuangalia to the future. yani itakuwaje. Maybe inaweza jistructure in a certain way yenye inaweza tengeneza the Ongwae family to be great again, yenye inaweza tengeneza hii familia yetu Ongwae family, yani tutoke kwa zile nyumba za matope tulikuwa tunaishi, tukanyage na sisi huko mbele in the technological world in the future. And that is what I think every time. Like I don't really care about girls. I don't really care about going out there partying with people hata siwajui. Like I don't give a shit. What I really want is like 150 years kutoka sahi, like wanaangalia wasema, you know, this guy ndiye introducing these things. I know that my family, maybe I know I cannot predetermine everything that is going to happen, but I'm hoping that this is going to give you something. Maybe kwa watoto wangu, maybe kama you are my kids watching this, I'm hoping that I made you happy before I died. Hoping that I made you happy. And if I don't get to kupata watoto, jua that poleni sana my kids on my family, and I didn't get there, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to get an age into this world. Najua like maisha yangu si important, hata leo naweza amka kesho nipate nimededi, so I'm not that important. Chenye niko nao nilibarikiwa na akili, na wacha nitumie akili before ni dedi, and I'm hoping that maybe one day you will understand why I did what I did. But I'm hoping that because don't worry about it, because the world is beautiful. See, I won't get to enjoy this life, but enjoy maisha, like exploring. I have a very curious mind. I'm an explorer naturally. Like maybe unajua sometimes inakanga very sad, like unajua like okay, you are capable of doing something, but uko in a certain situation that you will not be able to do because maybe your environment, maybe the people are around you, maybe even the way you were brought up, but like you want to blame on the wanasema you can't, you don't have to blame, you have to blame yourself for not external factors, but that is the lie. Hiyo ndio inatonga the matrix. You can't blame yourself for the failures of the system. Hawezi blame juu ulizaliwa kumaskini, masikia, hatuwezi blame juu ja make it ati ni failure yako. No, the system imetengenezwa hivyo usiwe succeed, and wale wame succeed, that is the okay. Crazy. Initonga luck. But luck. You can try very hard and you can be the luckiest person on the planet. And you can try very small and you will be the luckiest person on the planet. The world is beautiful. I'm hoping that what I'm trying to do, I'm hoping that he make it. I'll be trying my best. I'm hoping kama you're my kids watching this, I'm hoping you're having a wonderful time. Respect your mom. Mampende. If it is my family watching this, know that napendeni nyote. I love mom, Helena Ongwae, Alois Igoro, my late father. I really miss that guy. My sister Modesta, Anna, Samuel Igoro, Zacchaeus Ongwae, Lydia Ongwae, Dennis Ongwae, then Mimi Evans Ongwae. Peace out.